Hi, everybody. My name is Leah St. Ange, and I played the adorable, loving Helen in Demonic Evil. And I am happy to take part in Keith Andrews' show today.
Hi, I'm Eric Bendross, the director, producer, editor of Demonic Evil. I've been in the business first as an actor for over 20 years off and on, and then I decided to get behind the camera. So I'm really happy to be here today, and thank you so much. I support the Keith Andrew Network. Yes.
Hi, my name is Concepcion Santiago Jr., and I am the writer, DP of Demonic Evil. And I just want to thank Keith Andrews and his network, and just know that I'm a supporter as well.
Hi. Thank you, Keith, for having us on the show. My name is Larry Calabretta. I played the priest, the father, in Demonic Evil. I thoroughly enjoyed working with Eric and everybody on the cast and crew. That was about my 40th film in 2 years. And it's one of my most favorite that I've done. So I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to the film festivals. And I want to thank you again, Keith, for having us all on.
Hello, my name is Xavier. I'm glad to be on the Keith Andrews Network. And I played Tom, and as well as the demon in Demonic Evil. Great project, and I hope that you guys enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith Andrew, and you're watching the Keith Andrew Network. I am the talk show host with a disability. With that being said, I'm here with my good friend Eric and a bunch of his castmates. So, the first question I want you to tell us about your film.
Absolutely. So first of all, thank you so much, Keith, for having us and having us talk about our film, Demonic Evil. It is, I feel like, a different take on the exorcism comedy horror genre. And certainly I can't take credit for the story and the initial idea of it. Our DP, Concepcion Santiago Jr., he came up with the idea and the first draft of the script. And then I made some changes. And then we got into casting and found this amazing cast. When I say they were exactly what we needed, they actually, looking at their tapes during casting, had us to kind of change the direction of the story, so to speak. And I think Concepcion could speak to that as well. Before we do that, let me just go ahead and add so that now is a clean break. So demonic evil, in short, you have this hardworking mother. She's very concerned about her son because he's acting differently. He's acting strange. And then it's determined, as she's called her priest, that he's demonically possessed. And then she tries to get him help, and some unexpected consequences occur. So in short, that's what it is. So Larry, you could take it away, brother.
Hi, how are you doing? Thank you again. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Again, my name is Larry Calabretta. Greetings from Estherville, Iowa, where I'm working on the flood disaster here. I'm excited about being a part of this podcast here this evening. And I just had an absolute fabulous time working with the team, working with Eric, working with everybody. This is a great film. It was a lot of fun to do. It was a lot of hard work over a couple different days. Um, but I think it turned out phenomenally. The special effects were outstanding, and I just really enjoyed being a part of this film. And I'd be happy to. I played the priest that conducted the exorcism. I'd be happy to answer any questions you had. I'm not one to blather on without having questions asked, I guess.
Well, let me ask this questions for everyone in the room, and everyone can unmute themselves, so it'd be easier for everyone. So, for the first question is, what attracted you to work with my good friend Eric? And we're gonna start with the only woman in the group. I'd love to hear from you.
Hi, Keith Andrew. I'm happy to be here. I'm Leah St. Ange, and I'm Helen in the film. My son is possessed, and it was interesting to play this because normally I play parts that have to do with loving and caring and fuzzy family, not one that wants to chew your head off and spit down your throat. It was a lot of fun, and the story was interesting to say the least. The twist was the best.
Yeah, well, my name is Concepcion Santiago, and I'm the writer, DP for the Demonic Evil. And at first, I wanted to say that, like Eric was saying, that our intention was for it to be a horror film. Because one of my favorite films is the original Exorcist. I just wanted to change it from a girl to a boy. But throughout the 3 days of working through it, so many funny things happened. And the actors were so funny during, instead of calling them bloopers, we kind of just considered the movie as a horror comedy. So that's how we ended up with the way it came out.
Yeah, let me ask Eric this question. Because there's so many horror films out there, is this movie like a comedy or is it like a stone cold, okay, it's a serious killer film?
So, because I edited it as well, I didn't want to completely go ham with comedy because there's more we could have done,
Yeah.
well, in the editing that could have been done to enhance the comedy, but I didn't want to just like totally diminish the horror element. I wanted that fine balance because there's moments where, you could have heard certain sounds and certain music, and then you would definitely I don't like with our audience, I don't like to insult them and take them by the hand and laugh here, laugh there. I want you to have your own experience on your terms. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So however you experience the film, I know there's certain points that I crack up laughing still today looking at it. But for somebody else, it may be something else. And so I like to leave that open like that. That's not what we're taught in film school. It's totally that's almost blasphemous, but you're supposed to lead your audience. But we took a risk, right? And so it was just a lot of fun making this. We got to get Xavier in there. I mean, there was some points where you really thought he was possessed, right? And then just play, but he played off Leah and stuff. I mean, that was just her facial expressions, what she gave, and like she said, looking at her reel, because I just looked at it the other day on IMDb. It's up there. Go check it out. And I'm like, wow, yeah, because she's got this character with this New York accent, this mom and everything. Totally opposite of what she plays. And then you got Larry in there. He's this. It's in the trailer, so it's okay. I'm not spoiling anything. But the moment that's the funniest to me, and I'll hand it off to somebody else, is when Larry, Father Michael first approaches the son, and they're on the couch, and he's,
I agree.
Tom, and then he's not here, Michael. And so Larry does this little thing with his head looking at Helen like this shift, Helen, and it was just for me that it was just hilarious the way that went. You can see that in the trailer, but it's almost like that that from Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg. Molly, you in danger, girl. One of those type of moments.
That's a great way to put that.
Yeah.
Ellen, you're in
Yeah.
danger, girl.
So was there any scenes where when one of the castmates says something and he just like snap your head real fast? Like did they always have it in every horror film? Was there any moments like that?
Well, I don't want to monopolize the time. Guys, you got
Oh,
any?
I was I want to hear from Xavier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Could you repeat the question, please?
Was there, in every horror film or comedy film, someone says something and they always had that head snap moment, or like did it make the wide eyes, or like, who said that? What's going on? Was that, did you guys ever throw that into the film? And what was your experience like being in the film?
So I can't say for certain if we've ever had a moment where we've had like one of those instances of just everyone snapping their head towards any specific thing. There definitely is stuff like that sprinkled in, but I think most of the comedy just came from all of us, Offset, Leah, and Larry especially. They carried like all the scenes, and we all just were literally just sitting there joking around, having a grand time, and then we'd get on camera, kind of lock in, but we still were able to kind of bring in that comedy that Eric and Concepcion were like aiming for, because especially like there's some outtakes probably somewhere on an SD card just of these fantastic moments we had with everyone in the cast and everyone behind the cameras. Like shout out to the crew especially, because there were some really funny moments because of all of them.
I would love to see those outtakes.
Yeah.
It's funny you should mention that. Will this be available on Peacock, Netflix, Apple TV, YouTube? How can our fans and listeners watch this?
Great question, Keith. So, as far as watching it, at this time, we got to kind of be really play it close to the vest, because a lot of film festivals they have rules about premiere status. So it's going to be on the film festival circuit. That's our hope. Everybody send your good vibes and positive vibes this way. Yep. So we have it entered in a number of festivals. Obviously, a lot of them are kind of been favored towards the horror genre. So we're hoping to get into those. And, I've even entered it into Sundance. Why not? Um, there's some other top names, you got to go all out. If you believe in yourself and your art, your craft, you go all out, you go for the best. So with that being said, with my long-winded self, we're gonna wait till that's over, see what happens. And if it comes down to it, we will release it on YouTube and Facebook for everyone. But hopefully, we're hoping for a little distribution deal. I didn't think that was possible with short films, but that is becoming a reality here lately. Because we learned, right, Concepcion in film school, that they don't really mess with short films, but times are changing. There are some entities, and I've already been approached by some, but I'm waiting for the higher contenders like a Netflix or because you never know, this could be a feature.
Yeah, yeah. The features and talks for sure.
No, absolutely. This question's for everyone. I want everyone to take 2 minutes just to answer these questions so everyone has time to answer. What is, oh, there's actually two questions. What is the most rewarding part of this film?
Can you
Whoever
repeat
wants to go
that?
first.
What, say that again?
What was the most rewarding part of making this film? And we're gonna start off with you.
With me?
Yes.
Okay. The most rewarding was working with everybody. There the crew, there was a smorgasbord, if you will, of abilities. There was people that were just starting out in film school and people that had been doing it for eons, and helping the ones that are just starting out. That's rewarding right there, when you are able to impart wisdom and help somebody who is just getting started. And then even better if you see later on down the road that they've done something and you're like, I feel like I'm part of that. To me, that's the most rewarding part. And then at the end, to see the final product, I'm like, wow, wow, holy shit, that's really good. That's the whole thing for me right there.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
following up on what she just said, sometimes you're doing 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 takes, and then you nail it, and you nail it to the wall, and that's what's really rewarding. When, wow, we got it that time
Thanks.
on that sixth or seventh take, whatever it is. To me, that's what's really rewarding, when you really finally nail it.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Mr. P?
As for me, I think the most rewarding part is right now the attention that it's getting. It's seeing it done after all the hard work that we went through, the process of writing it, pre-production, casting it, and to see it now done, and it's getting some more attention than some of our thesis movies that we did. So I think that's the most rewarding for me.
What about you, Xavier?
Um, oh, for me, I think the most rewarding part of it probably would have had to be going from production to final product. Because when you're on set, I don't know how to explain it other than when the cameras are on you, or even when you're behind the camera, there's kind of a little bit of an awkwardness. And granted, Eric and Concepcion and everyone else did a great job at remedying that, especially off camera. But there's still kind of like that natural awkwardness that happens with the blocking and with making everything work for film. And especially coming off of Horror Nights, fresh off of that, that was the first time I've ever done acting prior, before this film. Getting onto it, you have like this sense of like, oh, did I really do that good? And then seeing that final product and going, wow, this is actually something, and this is actually great. Because you think, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done that better, but when the final product is there, it's tangible, and it really shows how, regardless of how you felt on set that day, it's just about making these fantastic films like Demonic Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
a
Now it's the
perfect word. Oh,
last ten. Oh,
sorry,
go
Keith.
ahead.
That was it. Was Xavier had threw out a perfect word. It's tangible. Once you see the final product, now it goes from being a theory and an idea to a tangible. Perfect. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Perfect analogy, Xavier.
No, that's beautiful. So I'm gonna say like there's two things that like stand out and are rewarding for me. Um, it's almost I feel like I'm in a job interview where I'm about to turn a weakness into a strength. So I'll tell you what I mean about that. I'm not gonna be shy about saying we had some challenges on this production. Some things did not go, but that's every production, but it felt like it was like times 20, would you guys say, on this one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I said, oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but we overcame it, and that was so rewarding. Like we did it. Like the things that happened, this should have been like, nah, yeah, it's just not gonna happen. But we overcame. And then also something I will take accountability for. Um, I should have had the edit done before it was actually done. I was late with it, but I'm glad it happened. I tell you what, because timing is everything. It came at the very right time and had to get it done because all the crew, the amazing cast and amazing crew, they deserve to have this. We were just talking about it, tangible, as Xavier said, this tangible thing that we can now say, that's what we put all our sweat and hard work into, to be able to see that.
Makes it
Um,
worth it.
yeah, go ahead.
I said it makes it worth it.
Exactly.
100%.
Now, it's the last 9 minutes. What are some of your favorite moments of the film? And do you guys have any funny stories?
Oh, funny stories. I mean, and there's so many. It's hard to pick one out. One of my favorite though,
That
was
food, that food.
cooking. I was just gonna say that. Yeah, one of our crew members. It was at his house, and then
Pierre,
this amazing Jamaican meal. I mean, it was. We could
Haitian,
smell it. It was
actually.
already Haitian. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. Can I tell Eric? You tell me if I can tell this
Okay.
without spilling beans.
Right. Okay.
When she kept saying, "Oh Father, oh Father, oh Father," and then what happened after that?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
one of the
So
that
we got to
outfit.
lines.
tread carefully, but
Yeah.
I see where you're going.
So
Oh,
Keith,
okay. Well, I tell you what,
one of
Larry.
the
I tell you what, Larry. Part of that is in the trailer, but it's purposely misleading. Okay. So we see where you say, "Are you okay?" But so
Yeah.
if you could tread lightly around that.
yeah. Well, it's and without because of the film festival thing, without spilling any beans, but just one line. There's a line where she's being very thankful to me. Oh, Father, Father, thank you very much for saving my son, basically. And it's a very serious, oh, Father. And then she just, out of the blue, says, oh, Father.
Yeah.
And it was just, it
Yeah.
was hilarious. It was just absolutely
How many
hilarious.
takes did we do of that? I don't.
I lost count.
It was it was bad how many takes it took. But
But
Oh,
I
okay.
laugh every time I think about that.
I have to share this right quick. I know we're limited on time, but Xavier, I feel so bad for him because there were times where he went into makeup, and yeah, we all know as actors we're gonna sometimes it's like yeah, hurry up and wait, and then but the poor guy was in makeup and everything, and it's like yeah, we thought we were gonna use him, but we had to go to this other scene, and you know, if you could speak to that, somebody, you know what I mean?
honestly, the the makeup was the best part for me, if I'm honest. Like even if even if a lot of it probably didn't make it into our final cut, those moments where it does get to shine through were great because it was always great with shout out to the makeup artist and shout out to the BT. I'm pretty sure you had a BTS crew or
Yeah.
at least someone was. Yeah, shout out to them
Oh, you haven't
because
seen the featurette yet? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I haven't yet,
Oh,
but
it's funny.
saving it for that film festival. But all of the BTS people and the crew when we were just waiting for me to get out of makeup, hurrying up and waiting. We had some of the best times ever because as you can see in the trailers, like my eyes are just like bruised up, and without all the rest of the makeup, it just looks like I got absolutely like just destroyed. And it was so funny the amount of moments that I had behind the scenes with that.
Now, you mentioned the film festivals. How many film festivals did this film process through? And what are the upcoming film festivals that you keep hinting towards?
Oh, wonderful. Great question. Am I? I'm not muted, am I?
No,
No.
you're
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. All right. Because I wanted to look them up really quickly. All right, so I had personal success with this one, Silicon Beach Film Festival. They actually, if you're selected, they screen your film at the TCL or TL, yeah, TCL Chinese Theater right in Hollywood. So and we have it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in total. Entered it into the European Short Awards, Crimson Screen Horror Film Fest, Independent Horror Movie Awards, Sundance Film Festival, Shockfest Film Festival, which is a good one. Another, well, these are all good, but this stands out. Diabolical Horror Film Festival, and then Screen Fest, which is registered trademark horror film festival. Then there's Freak Show Horror Film Festival that takes place right here in Orlando. There's the Lund Fantastic Film Festival. I believe that is somewhere overseas. I can tell you later, somewhere over in Europe. And then, of course, the Atlanta Horror Film Festival, and then Hybrid Genre International Film Festival by Sceneverse. So yeah, we got a lot going on and a lot to look forward to. The first decision that we will hear is from Silicon Beach, and I believe the notification date on that is September 4th. So yeah, it's like that little anxiety. It's not good for my ADHD, I tell you that.
I do apologize. I tried looking at your profile, but a song kept playing it. So if you heard something in the background, I do apologize. But I wanted to ask, have you thought about going like the Comic Cons and like I know how that relates to the film, but what I was going to ask is like the Hoboken Film Festival. Have you or there's one in New Jersey. Are you guys from New York area? Any of you?
I
All right,
love
so
visiting
there's
New York, but I could never live there. The weather is not for me.
you're not missing
Well,
anything. Because there's the one in New Jersey, there's called the Chill Festival, like a horror film, and it's like a Comic Con, but it's a film festival just for people in a horror film. If I find it, I can send it to you.
oh,
The
please
other one
do.
is the Hoboken Film Festival.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look these up. Yeah, I'm always looking for reputable, like, because you have some of those out there that are not, they've only been
Right.
around a couple of years. Bless their hearts, we like to support everybody. But yeah, those sound like ones that seem vaguely familiar and they seem more on the prestigious end. So yeah, if you could, Keith, please seriously send those to me later. Thank you.
No, absolutely. Now wrapping up our talk show, we will talk off the air, but wrapping up, it was a real honor and privilege having each of you on the show. If you want to do one-on-one interviews, you're more than welcome to. I'm looking forward to it. But wrapping up our interview, it was a real honor and privilege having all you as a guest. And until we meet again, I'll catch you later. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you so much for having us.
And that you're on my show and supporting me. And my message is all that